What breaks a man? What makes a man reach his boiling point, to the point where he does something so extreme, something so heinous, that society would not understand? What makes him go through that? Yesterday, I was in a prayer group, and shout out for being in a prayer group as a man, because you don't just pray. You pray and get to learn about a lot of things. And doing it with Shamar Urban Church, shout out to Bishop Zibui. It was really brilliant. And the gents, I really learned a lot, because that's the prayer sessions that we need to have. We're not just praying again. We're talking about everyday scenarios and business, health, spirituality, yes. Yesterday, we just touched on a very sensitive topic about men, what men are going through. There is a crisis. We all know this is a crisis. I don't know the stats, but it is bad. More men are dying every day or every year compared to women. If I'm wrong, just pin a comment below. However, it is so extreme that sometimes we just let it go. It's just another man. He'll be replaced. Doesn't matter. But they do, eh? They're still human beings. The fact that another human died and we do not raise awareness or pay much attention to it is a problem. And the problem starts because us as men have never been taught to really express ourselves. It's not a masculine thing. You just gotta be strong. You just gotta be a provider. You just gotta be a protector. And a protector is a strong person. They don't express themselves. They don't do certain things the other gender gets to do because they are viewed in the place of strength or in the form of strength. But why do we keep on doing things that are so heinous and so destructive if we are so-called strong? Why? Guys, that prayer group or that prayer meeting yesterday was so important. We touched on, so let me start here. Bishop actually showed us a photo of a man who died along with his family. And that's so heartbreaking, bro, because it's 2 kids and his wife, all gone, same day. Why did you do that? Sometimes you just want to ask yourself, what led him to such a thing? And normally, when you think about it, people just don't do certain things without the factor affecting them. I was thinking that, maybe he might have self-identified or identified himself with money, that every time he has money, life is good. And when he doesn't, things are bad. Doesn't know how to protect the family, does not know how to provide for the family. He does not know what to do. Like, he has lost a sense of self because of that. And perhaps he did something wrong. Maybe he lost family fortune and decided, hey, I can't take responsibility for this. But why did he go ahead and take all of them out instead of just himself? That's a question we asked ourselves. And you never know. There might be disrespect from the family. Could be the cause. Is it justifiable? No. Is it reasonable? No. There's no point of taking another person's life just because things are not going good for you or things are going bad for you. Hey, English, it's running away. Anyways, there's no point. There's no justifiable metric or indicator or whatever for you to take another person's life just because things are bad for you. I don't understand, and we'll never understand. But what we can understand is that as men, we can all come together. We can all come together and communicate. It's not the end of the world when you don't communicate. We can. Yeah, sure, fine. There are circles where they will laugh at you. They'll be like, this weak guy. There are those things. And sometimes we don't want to even express it to the women who are important to our lives, our significant others. Because again, we're scared of being judged or being called weak. Because again, we're called being the provider and the protector. The protector must be strong at all times. But to what extent? Guys, I realize that there are three things that we're really lacking, right? We can't process our emotions. Again, because of being laughed at, or being labeled, or being called weak. There are many different reasons, but us as men have never been taught to process our emotions. There's therapy for it, but some men say, I'm not doing therapy, that's gay. Really? Why don't you talk to another male therapist? See eye to eye. Unless he's the other, but you know what I mean. We need to start talking, start engaging, let those emotions out, because there are childhood traumas, there's betrayal, there's grief, there's emotional neglect that you need to resolve. And if you don't resolve, it will be like a pressure pump. Start pumping pressure. And when you open that valve, boom, it starts exploding. And it's going to be very bad. The second thing is that we need to find direction again. Direction is important. Guys, it's going to be worse if we don't in the future, because women have caught up. I don't want to make it sound like I'm comparing now, but women have raised up the game. They are either making equal amounts than us or higher tax bracket. And once that happens as a man, where you're with a woman who has an equal amount to you or a high amount to you, if you don't understand, you'll feel like you're in competition. While there, you're actually there to complement one another. But a lot of men see it as competition because, again, they identify money as power to them. If I don't have the money like she does, I don't have power. That is not the case. We are self-identifying because we don't want to find purpose within ourselves. And now, again, as I'm saying, women are making more than us. So we're losing that direction of provision. What am I going to do now? Because she's making more money than me. What am I supposed to do? Because that's what we've been told for a very long time, that we are providers. And if you can't provide anymore, what can you replace it with? Well, you can be emotionally intelligent, you can be listening. You can have a spine and tell that, hey, times are different now. We really need to work together here. I know you make this much, I make this much. Why don't we find a way to balance the two? Maybe I can take care of this child, I take care of this one. Maybe we can split the bill somehow. But there are some things that are just naturally required as a man for me to do. Like, for example, fix the car, pay for fuel, renovations in the house. There are things where we can still find ourselves being more of a provider, even if we're in the same tax bracket. I believe so. We can still have that sense of being a provider in that manner, just by communicating. And because we're not communicating, we don't have that sense of purpose. We feel like we're lost. There's one trait instead of two. And not realizing that we can still develop other traits. So find your purpose. Find what really pushes you to be a man. Don't just say, I'm just a provider and a protector, that's it. Really? Nah, we can do better as men. And the last thing, feeling like a failure is the one thing that causes men to kill themselves. Maybe I shouldn't have said that word because YouTube might censor it, but okay. To take their lives. And that's not the point. Everybody experiences failure. It happens. I do. I know you do. Everybody does. But do they complain? Well, some do, but there's no point of complaining. Just have to brush your shoes and keep on walking, you know? As a man, realize that if you want to have skin in the game, you have to accept loss. If you understand that you want to win, you have to treat your relationship with failure differently. Know that there will be stumbling blocks. Know that there will be times where you're going to feel broke. You're all going to be broke, probably bankrupt. But let's not get there. There are going to be times where you're going to feel like you've lost everything. Just how Job lost everything in the Bible, but still continued to loving God, right? There will be those moments where everything is just so bad, you don't know what to do. But you just have to brush or polish your shoes. Again, brush off the dust. Keep it going. Who was it? Winston Churchill was like, bro, if you go through hell, keep on going. Like really, just keep on going. There's no point. As a man, just make sure you keep on going. If you come upon a stumbling block and you don't know what to do, ask for help. Nothing wrong. Find the people who can help you. I'm sure there are many people who you think they'll laugh at you, but are more than willing to help you because they've also been on the same path. Let us not keep things ourselves. Gents, even the ladies, let us not borrow things. And then they start steaming and they burst out of nowhere. And we wonder why they acted this way. Guys, let's talk. Let's start something. Even on the comments, just type something, bro. Type something, my sister. My English bundles are starting to run out. Yeah, I need to go study. But anyways, guys, as men, you need to have a sense of direction, like a sense of purpose. Change your relationship with failure. Understand that failure is not dead end. You can start over. You can redirect. And again, process your emotions. Find people who can help you process those emotions. Find your confidants. Find your therapist. Find the friends that won't laugh at you or won't judge you. Find mentors that have also gone through the certain things or the things that you have gone through. It's not the end. There's no point taking your life. In fact, your life is not even yours. This body, it's a rental. Someday I'm going to need to account to my Creator as to why I lived for Him or why I took my life before His time. Guys, this is really important. And I don't want to prolong this video. And I keep on forgetting to introduce myself. Hi, everyone. Yeah, I hope you liked the video. Please do subscribe. Please do comment. If you're a man going through stuff, or anybody going through stuff, just type down there. You don't have to explicitly say what you're going through. But just know that you have a reason to be alive. It's not the end. You can always find help as a man and as a woman. I appreciate you guys. See you in the next one.